This thing on? Right, sorry for the end game reference. So, hello friend. Hello friend. That sounds like Mr. Robot season 1 opening. But I promise I did not mean it that way. I have been thinking of about 1,000 ways in which I want to start this, but I have no idea. Sincerely, this may be one of the take 180 or something. Right? I got a microphone just so that I could start speaking and I could be audible. Between you and me, my voice is more annoying to me than anyone else, I would say. But I wanted to start some kind of podcast of my own. So maybe this is the one where I'm finally starting. I thought of a lot of ways where I could be starting. I thought of writing a script. I thought of talking to some of my friend on Zoom call, but it just did not pan out this way, I guess. I keep on being on my keyboard, and when I start typing, I just get lost for words, which is weird because I am a good blabber. So I thought, I'm a blabber, so I'll just start blabbing for as long as I want to, which might not be that long, but sure, why not? The goal of this particular video is first, let me introduce myself. I am Rishi. I am also the Oatmeal Uprising. I've been the Oatmeal Uprising for 7 years now. That started when I started joining the gym. That was in 2018, I think, when I started with my workouts, and oatmeal was my breakfast of the day, and I loved having oatmeal. So since then, it has been a tradition of mine, and I am the Oatmeal Uprising. That is my Instagram tag. That is my Medium blog, and that is going to be the name of this podcast, the Oatmeal Uprising Podcast. So why exactly a podcast? I could have been making videos of training. I could have been guiding people through weight loss journeys. I could have been telling people how to diet or how to get started with running, because I'm more or less only a starter runner. I have been a starter runner. I could have been making videos about getting your career off in the QA industry, how to transition from being some kind of other career field to this field. Like, there's a lot of things that I could be talking about. I could be talking about my upbringing. I could be talking about how to get started with writing. I could be talking about anxiety. I could be talking about mental health. I could be talking about n number of topics. But that made me think, if I can talk about n number of topics, then what about all the people around me? They have expertise in a lot of things. I have a friend who is a data analyst, and she has amazing insight on how the world works. I have a friend who just got started into fitness, and I think her motivation goes way beyond mine right now. I have a friend who is a runner who just started running, and in a month was able to run a sub-2 half marathon. I have some incredible friends. I have a friend who is so kind and made me go through the entire subsystem of my first company, and something like the calls with him I cherish to this day. So it just got me thinking that there's a lot of introspection that I could go through just by talking to my friends. But the thing about just talking to them is, I don't think I can give them more than a platform to be themselves. I just want to make them comfortable and share their expertise and their insight with the rest of the world. I don't know how big the world is going to be. Maybe it is going to be 2 or 3 viewers at a time. But even for the 2 or 3 viewers, I think my friends do have the kind of insight that just comes once in a lifetime. I've had friends and I've lost friends. So there's a lot of life experiences that I could take from my friends. And it's not just friends, it's a lot of strangers that I keep on talking to. There are times when I've been on flights and talked to the person next to me, and I realized there is a whole story behind that just person sitting next to me. That's the major reason I wanted to start a podcast. I want to interview people. I want to give them a chance to speak their own story. I want to know their insights. I want to learn how to live my own life, and they have enough experience right now that I can learn from them. I have been a writer for 4 years now, and I don't think I've even scratched the surface of writing. So the the thing about talking to people who have a lot of insight on life is I may never know how much time it's going to take for me to understand them, for me to go through the minefield of ideas that may be running through them. You know, um, I guess that's what I wanted to say. That is what the Oatmeal Uprising podcast is going to be about. So this is kind of like chapter one of the podcast. What this podcast is going to be about, I think that's a pretty clear idea, right? The eventual goal is to get to a place where people would be comfortable coming and talking to me. I am a self-professed weirdo, so I would be making a lot of stupid jokes. I would be making a lot of analysis comments. The thing is, I just want to make people comfortable and, hope we can bring some nice, jarring conversations to light. So get the inside scoop of the corporate world or their own worlds, or what happens in an upbringing in Gujarat or Maharashtra or in Karnataka, how different parents exist, how my friends have been parented, how strangers have been parented. I am hoping it gets to a point someday that I can interview strangers as well. That's gonna be awesome. It's awesome to think that I can start right now, and maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of success. I'm just going by that chance, and success to me is just being able to do this for myself. I have wanted to be an interviewer for quite a while. I find people fascinating. I've not found myself fascinating enough for me to live this life on my own. I need other people around me to share their expertise. I want my mom to be able to have a platform to speak the way she speaks. I've heard profound wisdom in the way my mom speaks. I have found ways in which my father knows more about this world than most people you would be hearing talk on televisions. My sister has a very unique perspective of life. Growing together, even though we grew up together, it's a different perspective that we share. I think I'm going to get better as I talk. I'll be able to look into the camera at least. For now, I don't have a webcam. I don't have any setup. I just have this microphone. It is the first thing I invested in, and I hope I would be investing more in it. I hope I find the time to do this. I will be talking a bit more about myself soon enough. Introducing myself, introducing a lot of things that I go about, going through, following a script for once. In my life, I want to follow a script. But for today, this is just me blabbing. I wanted to blab to introduce people to this particular insight. I have so many things I want to talk about. It doesn't really matter even if I have an audience or not. It's just the things I want to talk about. I want to talk about why the male physique is awesome and developing it is once in a lifetime opportunity. I want to talk about how good it feels at the 8 kilometer mark of a 10K, where you are almost tired but not exactly tired. So it just feels good to run at that pace. I want to talk about the feeling that comes before going into an examination or into a viva. I want to talk about anxieties. I want to talk about taking SSRIs. I want to talk about depression. I want to talk about happiness. I want to talk about what the joy in life means. I want to know what joy in life means for other people as well. It's a give and take. I want to take as much information as possible from other people. I think I've lived how to live my life according to other people. It's quite interesting to listen to their ideas. So enough blabbing. This is the way this podcast is going to progress. We are going to make sure the Oatmeal Uprising is strong, and we are going to make sure I'm going to share an oatmeal recipe one of these days. But we are going to make sure we get some insightful conversations at least out of this one. So if there is 1 or 2 people watching this, I welcome you. And if there is more people watching this, you are also welcome. And this is to myself. I am doing this for myself more or less. I am a deeply selfish person and I want to talk to people. So this is it, okay? Maybe one day I'll get to meet Kate Winslet face to face and get to interview her and just look at her face for a long time because she is like the epitome of beauty, right? So there you go. See ya.